Okay, today's class will take the numericals on the thermal conduction. More little bit about the integration parameter will come, and try to make observation of the limits. So what all we discussed previous class, it was all about the basic series, parallel, thermal conduction. Today what happened, we'll just explore the application part. So today we'll try to discuss some problems. Then tomorrow I'll start the radiation for 2 days. Again on Friday, I'll come back with some mixed concept. This one, so this thermal conduction little bit, it'll be little bit lengthy. So on Friday, what happened, we'll come back here. So today, let me focus only on numericals on thermal conduction. What all possible, how much possible we can do, we'll try to finish on them. Okay, I'll begin like this. So we have different shaped rod. First, I'll start with a cylindrical rod. So this having length L, area of cross section of this, let it be A. What is the thermal resistance and thermal conductivity? Let it be K. And the ends are maintained at temperature T1 and T2. So what will be the thermal resistance of this particular rod? Then, so what is the formula? The heat current, or what we have that one. So how do it will flow? That one, it will flow along the axis. So what is the direction of heat current? The direction of heat current will be in this direction. Then what you should do, perpendicular to direction of flow of heat current, you should assume an elemental surface. So what is the elemental surface? It will be, shall we put a disk? The elemental surface will be a disk. So what is the thickness of this? Let it be dx. So first we'll calculate what is the resistance of the small elemental disk. Let it be dr. How that elemental structure we should assume? The elemental structure should be directed. The heat current or the rate of flow of heat or the thermal power should be such that it should be directed normal to the elemental structure. There's a method of assuming elemental structure. Okay, got that one? Okay, what is the resistance of that elemental structure? Resistance of so that is equal to dr is equal to what is the resistance usually? L by Ka, the thickness of this is dx, K, area of cross section. Area of cross section is A, which is equal to pi A square. Later on we'll write it. This is the resistance of that elemental structure. Now let me put it like this. This is x equal to 0. This is x equal to L. I want the total resistance, thermal resistance. Then I'll go for integration. Tell me like the dx from where to where it will vary from 0 to L. So therefore R is equal to L by Ka. So this is a cylindrical rod, thermal resistance of cylindrical rod is what we have found out. How much it is? It depends upon the length of the cylindrical rod, K and area of cross section. Further, what is A? Pi A square. The first case I started. So what is a methodology here? You should assume an elemental structure. So how to assume now you can ask questions. So why don't you assume a instead of this elemental disk here? What is this elemental structure? Or you can call it as a disk. If I add up such a disk, what do I get? If you look at the loaf of a bread, there what happened, the slices, when you add all those slices, what you get? You get a loaf of bread, loaf of a bread. Similarly here, such a disk, if I join So what do I get? I get this cylinder. So what is this cylinder? Solid cylinder we should assume to be made up of. The solid cylinder we should assume it to be made up of elemental thin circular disc. Such a circular disc, when you add up, you'll get a solid cylinder. Are you able to say this is very important? If you can assume what elemental structure, if you are going to assume, if this is correct, then it's all about the assuming limits. From way to way, this material is available from x equal to 0 to L. The limits will be like that. Then we'll proceed here. Okay, agree this. The same thing, what happened, you are going to get, this will get repeated for you in current density chapter in second year. So what all you study now, it's going to indirectly help in that particular chapter. Okay, there's a cylindrical rod. Okay, next we'll take it. If it is a tapered rod, now where do you come across tapered rod? In elasticity chapter, the tapered rod. Yeah, this is B. This is A. The length of this rod, let it be L. Let this be at higher temperature. Let this be at low temperature. T1 greater than T2. What is L? L is the length along the axis. Let K be the thermal conductivity. Now I want the thermal resistance of this tapered rod or truncated cone. Anything? How to proceed this one? So what is the basic method again? How the heat will flow. So these are insulated. These are insulated. So how the heat is permitted to flow lateral. Okay, this called like a lateral surface. This called like a slant surface. The slant surface is insulated. This at higher temperature, low temperatures. How the heat current will flow in this direction. It will flow along x-axis here. Then how the elemental structure? We should assume the elemental structure in such a way that the heat current should be directed perpendicular to the disk. Okay, no. So this is dx will take it at a distance x. Let r be the radius of this one. K is the thermal conductivity. Let me write it here. Okay, now what is the resistance of that elemental disk first? dr is equal to thickness of this dx, K into area of cross section pi r square. Can I integrate? If I go for integration, what is the thickness? Dx is thickness here. Small r is radius. Then what is thermal resistance? dl by k into area of cross section. So dx by k pi r square. What is the problem here? Okay, this unknown thing. Here two variables are there. X and R both are variable. You assume one more disk here. If you assume one more disk, what is the radius of that? Will be variable, and even the position of x is varying. So what is here? Both dx and the small r are variable. So when you can integrate, when unknown and one variable should be there, both x and r are variable, we should make it one variable. Okay, what shall I do? Already such things we have discussed in elasticity. I'll go for here a triangle. I'll notice a triangle here. B minus A. This will be R minus, or so like a B minus R. This is X. This is L. Sorry, R minus A it is. This distance, how much it will be? This is A, this is R. So what can be this distance? R minus A. What about this? Will be, this is A, this is B. So B minus A will come here. Okay, from this triangle, tan alpha. Tan alpha. R minus A by X equal to B minus A by L. R is equal to, So what shall I replace? You can replace r or you can replace x, anything. Okay, let me replace the dx, that one. So if I differentiate this, dr equal to, let me replace dx here. So this dr is equal to 1 by k pi r square. Dx will be L dr b minus a. This rewriting k pi b minus a r to power of minus 2 dr. Okay, let me go for limits. What should be the limit now? Any limits, can I take it? Okay, look at smaller. Smaller is the radius of that elemental disk, no? So what is this? Resistance of? This is very important. See, the whole problem revolves around assumption of things like this here. That's why I'm just highlighting that one, because that is very important. Once you are sure, then you can proceed everything perfectly. No, whatever the limits here. So at x equal to, at smaller, so what is the radius? Here it is how much it is r. At left hand how much it is? A. At right hand how much it is? B. The radius is B. Therefore, what we can write here, the limits will be A to B. So therefore, this R is equal to L K pi B minus A, R to power of minus 1. Minus 2 plus 1 will be minus 1, A to B. Minus 1 by B plus 1 by A. So there's everything. How much will end up? You have to remember this formula, very important. You can't derive this in exam. See, I'm telling this one, some of you are so lazy that, okay, you just read and forget. See, this is what called as hard work. So if you remember this formula in exam, it will be very easy, because the questions that will come in exam will be based on this formula. So a student must learn. He should have a memory. Without memory, not possible to get a better rank in advanced. Many will say advanced is based on thinking ability. What all you read, if you don't know how, tell me what you do. What all you read, what all you read, if you forget everything, what you do in exam? Not possible, no? So the minimum memory is a must. What is the minimum memory? Like, okay, thermal conduction. For different shaped structures, what is the thermal resistance? You should know what is the method to determine and how much it is. Like this 10, like center of mass of a cone. Center of mass of a, okay, then center of mass of so many structures are there. If you know them, it will be very easy, no? That you can enter into numericals. The same requirement is here also. Okay, no, so this is about the resistance of this one. So I'm interested to know the temperature of this one. How to get the temperature of this? Let T be the temperature. Here is what the thinking based numericals will start. This is about mathematics, no? I want the temperature of the rod at a distance x along the axis. Because the left hand is at temperature T1, right hand is at temperature T2. What can be temperature at this particular point? At a distance x or at a distance r, radius is r. What I do is, like, I'll just break up this rod into two parts. See, this is what the tricky problems will be there. So what we will try to think in terms of mathematics, but here already you know formula, that formula should be applied properly. Okay, what is the question that is asked? Shall I break up this into two parts? Is it okay? This one. So what is asking? At addition 6. What is the radius of this? A. Radius of this is R. What is the temperature at this particular point? So here temperature is T1, T2, temperature here T and T. So what is the radius of this? This is R. So what is the length of this? L minus X. The structures are there like this. A simplified approach, the same, actually that structure only, I'm just breaking up into two parts. And then what about the heat current? What heat current flows in the left part? Same heat current will it flow? Because how they're in series, no? Will I agree? So this is according to our resistor concept, what we do. I'll magnify so that you can see things clearly. So from equivalent circuit diagram, so shall we put it like this? This is resistance R1, this is resistance R2. Here temperature T1, this is T, this T2. Can you remember we have done yesterday, no? Like temperature of junction, the similar thing is what is being asked here. Same heat current, same heat current has to flow. What heat current is there? The same heat current will flow here. Why same heat current? They're in series. So what is the expression for temperature of junction? So here H is equal to, I'll start from here mathematics. H is equal to H. What is H is equal to? Heat current is equal to temperature difference. T1, T minus T by R1, T minus T2 by R2. What are R1, R2 will substitute. What is R1? Resistance of the left part of tapered rod of length X and the radius will be A to R. Shall we use this formula? X by K pi A into R. This should be equal to T minus T2. Remaining part of length is how much? L minus X by K pi R into B. So K pi R get eliminated. K pi R gets eliminated. So this will be T1 minus A by X is equal to T minus T2 here B by L minus X. So solving for T will get the required answer. Okay, let me simplify this. TAX plus TB L minus X. T1A L minus X, T2BX equal to TA L minus X. I wanted expression for temperature, no? X into L minus X in numerator will get cancelled out. We'll shift it here so that it will be. Okay, the discussion is this one. We have started the discussion. Okay, able to see completely, no? Okay, let's solve for T, no? So this will be T1AL T2B minus T1AX by A into L. Okay, what is the temperature at a distance X? You can use this method. Check calculation 1. Even if you remember this formula well and better, you can do things very easily, Like this, you can calculate the temperature at a distance x, or no, sir, at a radius r if the q. Okay, now replace using this formula. So at a distance x instead of this one, if they give value of in terms of r, okay, write x value here. So at a distance r, what is the value of x you calculate, that you substitute here. Even in terms of r also you can bring it. Now replace b minus a into x, b minus a x, what pen can you write in terms of r, and substitute. So you'll get even expression for temperature at a radial distance also. Please do work out all this. So many ways are there here asking questions. Okay, fine now. So can you now, are we in a better position as we can find out now temperature at any point here 100, here 50 degrees Celsius. Then what is the temperature at any point on the rod? Yes, we can determine. Okay, now next in the similar way. Now exactly the midpoint. This is 100 degrees Celsius. This is 50 degrees Celsius. So length of the rod is exactly at L by 2. What is the temperature? I'm asking you to find out. Thermal conductivity is K. Exactly the midpoint. What is the temperature? Will it be greater than 75 or less than 75? Now, who will answer? Or equal to 75? How to decide this? I'll take help of these formulas, what we have. I just wanted to know temperature less than or greater than, or shall we write equal to 75? Is it okay? What is only help? This particular formula is going to help here. So there's the only thing is which is going to help us here. Okay, let the radius of what are values if you want, you can assume the radius of this end is A, this end is B. What about the heat current? The same heat current will flow across both elements. Agree this. So let me call this as resistance of this part is Rx, resistance of this part is Ry. What is Rx? We can write it as. So let the radius of this will be R. Any formula for Rx? Just now we are discussing, no? L by 2, 4 pi K A into R. So from where the formula? K pi. 4 will not be there. K pi A into R. What is the resistance of the right part? Length is L by 2. K pi R into B. Okay, till here, no problem, all of you. Okay, what is heat current? Expression for heat current. H should be equal to H. Same heat current for they are in series. Rx and Ry are in series. Both the left and right part, they are in series. Let me proceed here now. So, okay, I think let me put everything in one place. Yeah. The why they are in series? Now let's get into the discussion. What is heat current? Temperature difference 100 minus T by Rx. T minus 50 by Ry. What is Rx? L by 2. L by 2 pi K AR. T minus 50. T minus 50. So Ry, this will be L by 2 pi KRB. Or this will be very lengthy. I suggest you this will be really very lengthy. So instead of this again deriving all that B greater than A, can you just tell me which will be greater, Rx or Ry? Let me take mathematics into picture because it's just asking. Okay, now Rx or Ry, which will be greater? Looking at this diagram,
R
RX,
Rx Rx must be greater than Ry, as we know Rx greater than Ry. So therefore, what you can write it as 100 minus T by T minus 50 is greater than 1. Okay, this will be 100 minus 50 is greater than 2T, or 100 minus 50 will be 50, 100 plus 50, sorry. So this will be 75 greater than 2T, or T should be less than 75 degrees Celsius. Will I agree? The temperature at the midpoint will be less than 75. What do we think? We think that 100 plus 50 average and 150 by 2. Okay, just look at the structure. It is not a cylinder, it's a tapered rod. In exams, you do get questions like this. Huh? Nobody will ask you derive. I'm making things clear. Students will feel okay, very good color diagrams are there, very nice integration. Who will ask you derive this? Do you get exams in mains advanced questions of like this? Derive, show that, prove that. Application questions will come. What are the application questions? The first one here. What is the temperature at a distance x? Then at the midpoint, what will be the temperature? It will not ask midpoint. So he may ask here temperature. Then you have to use that formula. He may ask you greater than or less than or equal. The mathematics is this one. Getting some picture. The different shaped rods. What is the thermal resistance? That's what we are discussing here now. I'll scroll down to say, I think all what is the essential now? This formula. You have to remember this formula. It's over. So you WhatsApp and bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, notebook, where all places you see the resistance of tapered rod. The formula should be visible for you. Okay, take the next thing. Okay, let me go for spherical conductors. Let me take the circles. We do have a spherical conductor, thick spherical conductor it is. The inner radii is a outer radii B. Let this be air, so that will be easy for you. So this is iron. Again, this is air. So this gap is what? The material, iron material. We have to find out the thermal resistance of this particular shaped conductor. Okay, where is the material? The material is only here, this one. The yellow color is what? That iron material. Okay, now the inner surface is maintained at temperature T1, outer surface at temperature T2. You have to find out the thermal resistance of this structure. This is at T1, this is T2, T1 greater than T2. What is the thermal resistance? How the heat will flow? It will flow radially outward. So for this purpose, what happened? I'll assume a thin shell. Okay, now you have to ask a question for a teacher. So why you are assuming a thin shell? First, how the heat will flow? The heat will flow radially outward. The heat will flow radially outward like this. What are red color? The flow of heat. Everywhere it will flow. I'm just showing it few places here. The heat will flow in this direction like this from inner surface to outer. Any reason for that? Because inner surface is at lower temperature. So therefore the heat will flow radially outward. Therefore I assumed a thin shell. So what is this? This is a thin shell. So what is this? This is a thick shell. So what is the question? Let me write here. Find the thermal resistance of thick shell of inner radii A and outer radii B. Okay, fine. So there's about the thing. So the T1 inner surface at higher temperature than the outer surface. Okay, the heat current will flow in this direction. Okay, what is first? The thin shell. So resistance of thin shell. Dr. Anybody, can you tell me? First of all, why thin shell only? Why not any other structure? Because the elemental structure should be assumed in such a way that the surface area of that should be normal to the heat current. The thermal power is flowing normally. The heat current is flowing radially outward. So therefore, the elemental structure surface should be such that surface area should be such that it should be directed normal to the heat current. Okay, now we have like this here. So this is dr. Now what is the thickness of this? Let me take this is X. I'll take it. If you want to, okay, smaller, we'll write it. Thickness of this will be dr. So dr is equal to K. What is surface area of a shell? 4 pi r square. Okay, the limit will be dr is equal to 1 by 4 pi K. Okay, the resistance of this will be 1 by 4 pi K minus 1 by r. Limit will be A to B. B minus A, 4 pi K AB. This is thermal resistance of thick shell. Okay, very simple. You see that one. Just that elemental structure is something you should be very careful. The rest, everything you can manage. Okay, limits. Okay, from where to where the metal is present, from A to B. Solving will get it. Now, if thermal conductivity varies, the same thing. Let me put a condition. If K is a function of R, what has to be done? So first case we'll discuss. If K varies, K is not uniform. K varies radially. I think in the limits what will happen. So what we do is dr k is what? K naught r 4 pi r square. That's all, no? The changes we are going to make like this, and the limit will be a to b. Next step, let me go for limit. So this is dr 4 pi k naught, limit will be a to b. The k can be variable also. K we took uniform. Here I brought k variable. Thermal conductivity varies radially. Okay, now the what is the mathematics? 1 by 4 pi k naught. This will become minus 1 by r square. Limit will be a to b. So what is the thermal resistance of this will be? R is equal to b square minus a square 4 pi k naught a square b square. Okay, are you getting the method? K can be variable also. Let it be. You can use this method. And now, sir, if k is k naught by r square, second case, let's see what conditions will come. So the limits will be dr equal to 1, 2 is also here will come, no? Yeah. Okay, this 8, I'll make it outside. Okay, thank you. Hmm? Okay, k naught by r square, no? Let me substitute here k naught by r square 4 pi r square. So this will get eliminated. dr is equal to 1 by 4 pi k naught. R square get cancels. So dr. Look at the resistance. Just only b minus a. Okay, fine. So these are the ways in which the questions will be there for you in exam. Huh?
Sir,
Ah,
sir, here, how we got areas 4 pi r square, sir?
surface area of a shell, surface of area of a sphere, not seen volleyball, basketball.
Okay, sir.
Huh?
Okay.
Physical world, very, very, very important. Shell, I'm saying, shell means what? Like shell, it's a spherical shell, no? It is not a disk. Please, you should have that minimum geometry in front of you. Okay. See, K can be constant or variable also. Okay, now similarly, I want temperature. Anybody? How to bring the temperature? Because this is T1, this is T2, no? I want temperature. I'll write thicker so that it will be visible for you. I want this temperature at a radial distance R. What is the procedure we should follow? Again, I should assume that this is one shell, and next again this another thick shell. The radius of the shell from A to R is one shell, then R to B is one shell. Then how the heat current will flow? Will flow like a will same heat current will flow because they are in series. What heat current flows here, the same heat current will flow here. Are you able to notice this one? what amount of heat is flowing in this region, the same amount of heat current will flow here, no? Thermal power, I'm talking about heat current, so that will be easy for you. So they are in series. So I want the temperature. So the same procedure, again, the same method, the same ideas, everything. So there's a thick shell is there. I think, well, do it in next page. The same idea is what I'm trying to. Okay, carry on the mathematics again. Just know what we derived with that. What is the requirement? Is telling what to be the temperature at a distance x. This is A, this is R, this is B. I want this T. So what I am going to assume is the same material, just I'm splitting up color so that you can start thinking. Oh, yeah. Okay, how to find out the temperature at that particular part. Okay, carry on. Find the temperature at a radial distance R. Okay, these diagrams of physics, lot of diagrams. Okay, somehow I managed it. What about heat current? The same heat current will flow here, no? I'll show it only one place. The same heat current is flowing. So how they are? They are in series. Again, what you can write? What is the resistance of the lower shell? Then the resistance of the outer shell. So what is the resistance for the inner shell? So let me take this is Rx, this is Ry. Yeah. First Rx. Any formula? Rx is equal to what is the formula? This formula. B minus A by 4 pi KAB. Very important, you should remember. If you forget this, nobody will help you. I'm telling this one. Even you learn this, take this coaching for another 10 years. If you can't remember the standard formula, the standard methods, highly impossible to get even MSET rank also. Forget about JEE mains advanced. Memory should be very good. How to get memory? Read again and again. That's the only thing, no? Okay, this will be, resistance of this will be R minus A by 4 pi K RA. What is the resistance of the other one? Ry is equal to B minus R by 4 pi K BR. Okay, let it be this one. So same current flows. So what is heat current temperature difference? T1 minus Tt by Rx is equal to T minus T2 by Ry. Here T1 greater than T2. Where is T1? This is T1. Temperature of inner surface. T2 is what? Temperature at outer surface of a thick shell. This is what? This everything is a thick shell. Not circular disc with hole. Thick shell of inner radius A, outer radius A. This is air, this air, and this everything is iron. Okay, no. So let's substitute Rx. What is Rx? R minus A by 4 pi K Ra. the same procedure. So 4 pi k r gets eliminated. So the 4 pi k r get eliminated. So a into t1 minus t by r minus a, t minus t2 b by b minus r. Solve for t as a function of r, you will get the required answer. So this I'll so if you want, we can take 1 minus, so many calculations will come. 8 terms will come. So this, let me write it another form. T minus t by r by a minus 1, t minus t2 by 1 minus r by b. Okay, now you simplify. T1 minus t1 rb minus t plus trb is equal to tra minus t2 ra minus t plus t2. Solving for t will get the required answer. Okay, bringing all the t terms on one side. T1 minus T2 T2 is equal to okay, one t will get cancelled here, no? Okay, fine, yeah. This will be check it once. This will be. So this R also, if you want, you can take common and further you write. So this will be T is equal to T1 minus T2, T2B minus T1A. Oh, this everything is B, huh? Check once calculation. I think I'm somewhere I had lost it, I feel. T1 minus T2, okay. This is okay. Here I should bring this should be T2A it is. Yeah, fine then. T1 minus T2 R I'll take common. T2B minus T1A R by AB. This will be TR I'll take common. Solving for this, we'll get expression for T. T is equal to T1 minus T2. Very lengthy. Okay, this AB, if you want, you can eliminate that AB also. Yeah, I'll write last step. Okay, let me, this will be last step. So T1 minus T2 AB. Okay, check this. So this will be our expression, or you can write in terms of T1 also, that one. The expression for temperature at a radial distance r. Similarly, if I ask you same question, inner surface 100, outer surface at 50 degrees, what at the midpoint, what is the temperature? The same procedure, just now what we studied. Okay, there's a purely mass based. You must be very good in that integration. That's all, nothing else is there. K can be variable, K can be uniform. Here we took K to be uniform. Same K it will be. Let me take another structure. These are very standard one, spherical, cylindrical one. Okay, let me go for next, a cylindrical shell. We do have a cylindrical structure. This is the axis, the inner and the outer radius is B. It's a long, it's like a thick cylindrical shell. So what it is? Yeah. Where is the material? The material is present only here. This is the material. Inside air, outside will be air. I think some diagram to some extent I'm helping. I am helping it. Okay, this is the thick cylindrical shell. The inner surface of that is maintained at temperature T1, outer is at T2. These are insulated. Let's see that how we can. I want expression for the thermal reactions. How the heat will flow? The heat will flow radially, like a normal to the axis. How the heat will flow in this direction. Okay, I want the thermal reaction. The heat will not flow. The heat will not flow. So here I'm writing air, this iron. Again, this is here. So how the heat T1 greater than T2. So therefore the heat what happen will flow radially out like a normal to the curved surface. This is a lateral surface. This is called like a curved surface. It will flow like this here. So now what happened? We have to get an expression for the thermal resistance of it. So the heat, I'll show it few places. This will be the direction of heat flow. What are the red colors? Direction of heat flow. Tell me what I should assume for this elemental structure. Anybody?
Cylindrical shell.
Thick cylindrical shell. A thick cylindrical shell has to be assumed here. So the thick cylindrical shell I'll bring it like this here. So what we should call this as thin cylindrical shell. The radius of this, let it be r. Thickness of this, let it be dr. Now, what is the resistance of this? Resistance of thin cylindrical shell. Anybody? What shall I write? What is the thickness of that? dr. K surface area. What is surface area of a cylinder? 2 pi r into L. Very easy. I think your everything got over. So what is surface area? The heat current will flow radially outward. So if you there's a side view, that another view will be like this. Please do draw diagrams. Please understand, because the way you draw the diagrams and understand things, no, it'll be easy for you. You'll come to know, oh, this is what I'm studying. Who will draw this diagram? From where you'll be drawing this diagram? Anybody answers? Where you'll be standing and the cylinder will appear like this.
Front view, sir.
The front view, no. So what you are viewing is the above one is side view. So this is what you should develop. That's why I'm asking you, please open eyes and look at the objects around you. You take any object or at least minimum for some time you should make observation. That is even after teacher requesting almost 4, 5, 8 months got over, still students are not in a position. You are in imaginary world, the fantasy world. One fine day, knowledge will come. Not possible. See, the moment you get pen will be there. Okay, try to see pen from different angles. So what is different angle means? I can't help you. Notebook, try to see it flat. It will appear flat. If you see from, it will appear like a rectangular box. Like this, all pen. Every object what you come across, no, try to view it through different angle. That is what needed for us. That is the most beautiful part of science. I'm telling you this one. Slowly, what pen you'll get a overall picture. You'll be in a better position. Gradually, you'll improve. You'll become one of the best engineers in the world. That much I can promise you. Still time is there. Still time is there. You really want to become engineer. Still everything is there in front of you. Only you should realize. Okay, this is the side view. This is side view. So you can click a front view. If you are standing here and see, no, it'll appear like this. If you're standing here and look at this one, no, look at this. This structure will appear. There's a plane diagram. This again plane diagram. If you stand here. Okay, fine. So I think these things are clear. No, again, it's not a spherical shell. So therefore, I'll bring it. One of the face we call face. No, this called like a curved face. This called like a flat faces. The flat face is what you're drawing. So this one of the face is what I'm showing it. Okay, I think now you're in little bit better position. So why you are writing this equation? Okay, now let's go for limits. What should be the limit? No. The overall material will range from A to B. So resistance of this will be 2 pi KL log of B by A. Okay, fine. We are in better position now. Okay, there's a resistance of this particular thick cylindrical shell. If K varies, if K varies along radial distance, if K varies here, then what you're going to write? that variation k equal to k naught r, k equal to k naught r square, or k equal to k naught by r, what all that the k you substitute and bring inside the integration, substitute that variation and solve it. Okay, k can be constant or k can be variable. Getting the idea? This one, if k variable, okay, bring that here. Okay, I agree this. So these are some standard structures are there. I'll bring few more are there. Okay, later part will. So there's the initial part I want. Similarly, I want the temperature T. Can you work out this? I did so many things. Find temperature at a distance R. There's a resistance of cylindrical, thick cylindrical shell. Find temperature at a distance R from the axis. Work out this one. Okay, now we'll go for some different types of problems here based on these particular ideas. It's a very lengthy topic. So much of mathematics, integrations, ideas will be there. So what all you learn now, the advantage you can see in the current LCT chapter next year when you go for that one. There you can see the benefit of this. Okay, now same cylinder. I think I can get a cylinder. Yeah. Oh. Let me take dark color. This is coming capsule, cylinder, no there. I'll draw it. No problem. I'll draw it. Okay, I do have two cylinders and this is the axis. This is the axis here. This is having thermal conductivity K1, K2. The temperatures I'll maintain like this. Let the L be the length. Radius of this is A. This is B. I'm maintaining the ends at temperature T1, T2. So what actually we have? This is a solid cylinder. You can see clearly. This is a solid cylinder. It is covered by a sheet whose thickness varies from A to B and thermal conductivity K2. Different imaginations is what student has to develop here now. So you do one thing, take paper, take pencil or something. It's a solid cylinder, no, like that. On it you wrap some layer of papers. So where the thickness of paper will vary from A to B. Able to imagine this? Or wedge roll. I'm right. Wedge roll. You're quite very familiar with the eatable things. Wedge roll. So inside that vegetable is what K1, and that what all that wheat dough is there. No, that dough is what the K2. So I'm the wedge roll at end solvent maintain a temperature difference T1 and T2. So I want thermal resistance of it. How the heat will flow? How the heat current will flow? Heat current, what happen? Will flow, will branch. it will branch out. See, like a what all water comes, a part of water will flow in the yellow color region, a part of water will flow in the blue color region. So the what is happening to each current, it is branching, no? So therefore now how these two are, they are in parallel. Okay, how to calculate H1 and H2? Yes, anybody? H1, can you say? What is the thermal resistance of this? Resistance R1. It's a solid cylinder, L by K into pi A square. What is the resistance of the thick cylindrical shell? The blue color layer, what happened, will be like a thick cylindrical shell. Just now we have derived. What is the resistance of that? 1 by 2 pi K. Okay, this is where the L gone. Yeah, yeah, one L is missing. Yeah. 1 by 2 pi KL log of B by. What is the effective resistance? They're in parallel. Sir, how do you can say parallel? You can see from what all that the ends are maintained at temperature difference T1, T2. These are insulated. This surface is what? Insulated. Okay, solve this. We'll get expression for that is the thermal resistance. Okay, no. So the application part. See, in exams, if you know this well and good, no. Again, you have to derive. That's what. This is a solid cylinder. I'll write down the comments. This is a solid cylinder. This is a thick cylindrical shell.
Sir,
Still no responses. I'm really waiting for your objections. Oh, yeah. Anybody?
sir, but the direction of heat is different, no? How can we use this formula?
Yes, sir.
This one, right or wrong? You tell me. That's all.
Sir,
Wrong.
it's not right. Sir.
It's not right. It's wrong. No. So
Yes,
the
sir.
moment you see thick cylindrical shell, you can't write that formula. I want you to think, because in what direction the heat is flowing? The heat is flowing along its length, not perpendicular to the length. So when heat flows perpendicular to the length, what will happen? This formula will come. Along its length is flowing. So this is ruled out. Fine. Okay. Now tell me what is
Yes, sir.
R2. Again, the situation is same. L by K. What is the area? Pi B square minus pi A square. Okay, agree with this?
Yes, sir.
What is the area of cross section of blue color region? Pi B square minus pi A square. I think you have to be extra careful. Nothing else. See, we know most of the things. We should be alert. The diagram, imagination, how it will flow. Substitute R1, R2 and solve it, you'll get the required answer. So this will be R1 will be, this will be K pi A square by L, K pi K pi A square, can we cancel out? K pi A square L will get cancelled out. So this will become K pi B square L. Will I agree this answer?
Sir, K is different.
Oh, different K we took it, no? Then, okay, we'll end up with R is equal to L by pi K1 check once the final expression. K1 minus K2 A square plus K2 B square. Pi will be outside. Okay, this will be the resistance of this cylindrical structure. Different types of tricky questions will be there. You should be careful. So try to check series parallel. Then what is the resistance? Let's take next. These are some few more other geometrical. We'll take in the next class. Okay, let's get into now next part of the some discussion. Okay, I do have there's a source. which is the temperature Ts. I'll connect to a I'll connect this to a body of mass m, specific heat is temperature T, and this is a thermal conducting rod of length L. This thermal conducting rod I'll show by yellow color. This is a thermal conducting rod. The lateral surfaces will be okay. This surface will be insulated so that the heat will flow only along the length of the rod. At T equals 0, the temperature of this body. This is source. So source means what? Temperature will not decrease. Though it loses heat, temperature will not decrease. Already we know. It's a body, thermal conducting body. This one. So the temperature of this S, as it absorbs heat, as it acquires heat, the temperature of that will gradually increase. So I'm just interested like, what is the expression for temperature of this body as a function of time? At T equals 0, the temperature of body is T1 or T naught if you want to write T naught. Find the body at any time T. This is our discussion. So now from where this body is getting heat, the body is getting heat through what? Through the thermal conducting rod. So what is the basic idea of this problem? The thermal conducting rod will supply heat to this particular body so that the temperature of body will increase with the time. I want that temperature. So what is the formula? We can write it as like H is equal to area of cross section. Heat will flow here. Area of cross section of this, let it be A. H is equal to Ka, temperature of source minus T by L. Will I agree this? You should try to now take help of this one. This expression for heat current. So what is this H? Shall I say it's a heat or thermal power? It's a thermal power. So what is H? H you write it as dQ by dt. Look at the body. Body gains heat or loses heat? It gains heat, no? If a body gains heat, according to calorimetry, ms dt. Who will supply heat to the body? The source. Through what? Through the rod. The heat will flow through the rod. Please try to imagine. This is very important. So almost around 30 numericals are there based on this idea. Not 1, 2, 30, 30, 30. Okay, now let me go for. So dt is equal to Ts minus T is equal to Ka MSL into dt. Let's go for the limits. What should be the limit? At T equals 0, what was the temperature? T naught. At any time, let T be the temperature of the body, that one. Okay, let's integrate this. This will be minus of log of. Can you remember? Dx by a minus x will be minus of log of a minus x, limit T naught to T. Ka MSL into T. Negative sign, let me sign down to that side. Substituting limits. No, log, this will become Ts minus T by Ts minus T naught. This is everything. I'll write it some alpha. What is alpha? That KATMLS. That everything will become alpha. Let me send log on that side. We have to justify our answer. I'm saying the temperature of body will vary with the time like this. Okay, let's do one thing. After a long time, what can happen? After a long time, the temperature of the, because the body will continuously gain heat, the temperature of the body should be that of source after a long time. So let's put T equal to infinity. Put T equal to infinity. E to power of infinity minus infinity will be infinity only. So e to power of minus infinity will be 0. The temperature of the body will be Ts. Am I right? Put T equal to infinity, what you write? Or say like a e to power of, this will become 1 by e to power of alpha t. Put T equal to infinity. 1 by infinity will be 0. This quantity will become 0. What is the temperature of the body? Will be Ts. Justified. T equal to 0, what was the temperature of the body? T naught. Put T equal to 0. This will become 1. Ts minus Ts plus T naught will be T naught. Okay, justified. After getting the answer, you should check for your validity. Means, did I apply limits properly? What is this? What we have brought it? Temperature of the body. See, in calorimetry, we have studied, we are going to supply heat. How you supply? Through rod. See, what all in calorimetry, we just studied heat is supplied. That's all. We didn't bother, sir, how I'll supply it? Here we are giving suitable explanation. Through conducting rod, I'll supply heat. Able to get this? So can we plot this graph? Because the idea of that also needed. Maybe they may ask you some questions based on this graph also. We should be in better position. So initially, what was the temperature? It was T naught. Finally, it is Ts. And this is the temperature of the body. Exponentially increasing. Go back to the first graphical problems we did. So what is the curve? Curve will be exponentially increasing. This will be the curve. Okay, fine. The temperature of this body will increase exponentially, will not linearly. We thought, okay, but what this graph says, the curve says, it increases exponentially. When it will become temperature of source? After a long time. Many good questions will be asked for you. If I increase the mass of the body, I'll increase the mass. What can happen to curve? These are the types of questions what you can expect here. So if I increase m, what will happen to alpha? Alpha will decrease. If alpha decreases, how the curve? Your mathematics. Say like no. Don't ask physics teacher, sir, how the curve will be. You know enough mathematics, no? You should be able to interpret. So what are the type of questions what you can expect in exam? What all you studied, that only is, if I've set paper, no, the same question I just put it like, for M1 there's a curve, for M2 another curve. So can you say about M1 and M2? As M increases, what happened to curve? Will it be like this or will it be like this? If M increases, so what do you expect here? Alpha will decrease. If alpha decreases, what happen? It should be like this. Unless mathematically, so much is there to learn. Okay, now instead of this body, okay, let me keep there a block of ice. Okay, here what happened? I do have ice here, mass, latent heat of fusion, temperature. This is, so this ice, usually what we know, ice will be at 0 degrees Celsius only. This is thermal conducting rod length L. Then what is the time taken for the ice to melt? will supply heat to the ice. This particular ice it is. So in this particular block, in this particular tank, there's the ice is there. The source will Ts will be greater than 0. There's a thermal conducting rod of this one. So the heat will flow through this. So what is the heat needed for what is the amount of heat needed to melt the ice? M mass of ice, Q equal to MLF. Who will supply this heat? The rod only. So therefore, what is Q is equal to? H equal to V no Q by T. In turn, what is H equal to? Ka Ts minus 0 by L. Small l, I'll write it, you'll get confused. Equal to, in place of Q, what you can write? MLF by T. So what is the time taken? MLF small l by Ka Ts. So the time taken for the ice to melt depends on what? If amount of ice is more, yes, definitely take more time. If the length of the rod will increase, then the ice will take more time for it to melt. Getting this one? Let me take the iron rod. K will be more. Let me take some material where K is less, then it'll take more time. If I increase area of cross section, yes, what happens? More it will flow, the ice will melt very soon. Okay, these are the things which are going to help us a lot in designing of any of the system. Okay, just don't end up mathematically. Try to analyze this time taken for the ice to melt. Depends on what all. For all ice to melt, time taken for all ice to melt. I think we can really start analyzing. No, this will be, so as the length of the rod increases, it will take less time. It will take more time. You see that one. If temperature of source is more, as more it will flow, then it take less time. So in designing of so many structures, no, all these basic ideas are being implemented. So earlier I brought body. Sir, why here temperature of ice will not change? You know, we all know that for ice to melt, when a body changes its state, what will happen to the temperature? Will not change, no? Common sense. Next, shall we take a situation where both the ends of the rod are connected to a bodies? M1, S1, temperature T1, temperature T2. This is a thermal conducting rod. This is insulated. Let L be the length of the rod. Thermal conductivity K, area of cross section. I want at T equals 0, the temperatures are T1 and T2. T1 greater than T2. At initially, what is the temperature difference? T1 minus T2. With the time, what will be the temperature difference? Okay, let me add up the question. Two thermal, two bodies. Let me add sentence like this. A thermal conducting rod is connected across two bodies that are at different temperatures as shown. At t equals 0, the temperature difference is T1 minus T2. Find the temperature difference between the bodies at any time t. No, T1 greater than T2. So which will this is an odd body, or this you can say warm body. I'll connect a rod. So the heat will flow from here. What happened to temperature of this? Decreases. Temperature of this will increase. Instead of this body, no, you can take a gas also. Here, a diatomic gas, monatomic gas, this is at higher temperature T1, low temperature T2. Then the gas will exchange it through a rod. I want the temperature difference between the gases at any time t. Okay, get into the problem now. Previous problem, what happened? One end was temperature of one end of the rod was constant, the other end was varying. Now here both ends, the temperature is varying. So how to analyze such numericals here? Okay, let T be the temperature difference at any time t. I'll proceed like this. Let T be the let T be the temperature difference at any time t. Then what is T? We can write it as T1 minus T2. With the time, there's an odd body. Okay, I think let me write, at least you'll understand. There's a warm body. Okay, now from where to where the heat will flow? From the odd to the warm body. So tell me, temperature T1, will it increase or decrease? Will decrease, no? T2, temperature of this will increase because it gains heat. So what actually here? Odd body loses heat and warm body gains heat. Let's get into the thing now. Now, it's very simple. This is 100, this is 40. With the time, what will happen? The initial temperature difference, how much? 100 minus 40. Please do analyze. 60. After some time, this will become 80 and this will become, say, like a 55. How much it is? 35. So look at the temperature difference. Earlier it was 60. At any time, it is 35. So with the time, what will happen to temperature difference? Will decrease. Temperature of hot body will decrease. Temperature of warm body will increase. This is the thing which a student has to analyze. Students will not think. He thinks that, okay, by mathematics he can do anything. You just go do integration, you'll end up with the wrong answer. The observation has to be made. Okay, the integration will end up like this. Dt is equal to, I'll put negative sign. At least you should justify why this negative signs. Temperature difference will decrease. Temperature of hot body will decrease. Temperature of warm body will increase. So therefore it will be, so therefore this will become dt1 plus dt2. Okay, now what all heat gained, what all heat lost by this, will transfer that. I'll write some very important thing. This hot body will lose heat, no? Say some amount of dq. And what happened to that? That will flow across the rod. and that will be gained by ohm, by the warm body. So therefore, what all heat transferred by the rod, what it is equal to? Heat lost by the hot body or heat gained by the warm body. Okay, I'll write it. dq is equal to m1 s1 dt1 what you should write comment for this. Heat transferred by the rod, heat lost by the hot body, heat gained by the warm body. Warm, or if you want to write cold body, anything like if you want, I'll write it cold, so that will be easy for you. Hot, cold, so it will flash for you a lot. Heat gained by cold body. Okay, I agree this. So there's a condition. Okay, now let me replace dt is equal to, let me enter into the solving part. Okay, there's enough of physics. Rest all everything, let me replace dt1, dt2, I'll replace it. So this will be m1 s1 dt1 by m2 s2. I'm substituting this equation 1, 2. m2 s2. So what is the expression for dt1? dt1 equal to m2 s2 dt by, if you want, you can replace that with a heat capacity also, because mass into specific heat will become heat capacity. Okay, this is what dt I'll get. So now let me get into the calculation part. H is equal to Ka T by L. What is T? Temperature difference. Already we wrote it. What is H? H should be equal to dq by dt. What is dq? Heat lost by the hot body minus m1 s1 d1 by dt. dq, heat lost, that should be equal to Ka. What is dt1? Already we have solved it, no? dt1, I'll substitute this, minus m1 s1 m2 s2 by m1 s1 plus m2 s2 dt by dt. This should be equal to Kat by L. Let me write all this as some alpha. dt by t equal to alpha dt. What is alpha? Ka, then everything is alpha. Okay, let me integrate now. So this will be, what is T? Already I defined it. Let's get into this one. What should be the limit? Initial temperature difference. How much it is? T1 minus T2. Final temperature difference is T. So this will become log of T. Sending on that side, e to power of minus alpha t. So this is the expression. What is the temperature? It will decrease exponentially. I think I should bring a graph so that you'll understand what actually it is. there's a time in seconds, there's a temperature difference. So initial temperature difference is how much? You're plotting temperature difference. So what will happen is at T equals 0, temperature difference T1 minus T2. With the time, what will happen? It will decrease exponentially. It's telling. Put T equal to 0, and put T equal to infinity, will become 0. Finally, what happens? The temperature difference. Both the bodies will have same temperature. Means when you connect a odd body with a cold body using a rod, how the temperature difference will vary with the time. It will not be linear, will not be sudden. Suddenly it will, temperature difference will become 0. No, exponentially decreases. Therefore the curve you mean to say here. Are you able to understand now? Okay, now I'll ask you one of the best question. Is it not a steady state? Because as a teacher, what is the state of rod? At steady state, tell me what will happen. Anybody wants to add comment? At
Only transfer of heat, sir.
no absorption of heat. At steady state, what should happen to thermal power? Constant or can vary? Ah. At steady state, thermal power or heat current should be constant or can vary?
Can vary.
Can vary. Again, we should not conclude that at steady state, the thermal power should be constant. It can vary. Look at this H now. I think now we have expression for H you substitute here. What is the T? You write it. So let me write, because that is something very, very important, because these things will trouble you a lot in more than one options. So the expression for heat current is equal to KAL T1 minus T2 e to power of minus alpha T. Look at the thermal power. Initially, how much it will flow? Ka T1 minus T2 by L. With the time, what will happen to thermal power flowing through the rod will decrease. And it's just steady state only, again still. So steady state means, doesn't mean that H must be constant. So H can be varying. Only thing is, no part of the rod should absorb it. All the parts of the rod should be involved only in the transfer of it. That is the meaning of steady state. So at steady state, H can vary with the time. H can be constant. I think I should write a comment here. Note, at steady state, thermal power, I'll write it. Thermal power flowing across rod may be constant or may vary with the time. So steady state doesn't mean that H must be constant. Okay, agreed now? Therefore, this particular question is what is reflecting the idea. Because the moment steady state means, what students will think is, most of us will think in the beginning like, okay, H will be constant. We took numericals of that kind where H was constant. Here H is varying. So at T equals 0 or at any time T, no part of the rod will be involved in absorption of it, only in the transfer of it. That's the meaning of steady state or thermally lagged. Even if you say like, the rod is thermally lagged, okay, the same thing. You mean to say that much only, the condition.
Sir?
Ah.
So could you scroll up once, sir? Sir, in equation 2, dq is equal to minus m1 s1 dt1.
Magnitude. Here is what I should write in the equation. How much heat will flow through the rod means what all heat lost by this body is what that heat flown through the rod. Heat flown through the rod is not negative, no?
Okay, sir. Okay, understood.
Yeah, that is what. That's why I wrote separately this. This is very important. Here, if you write minus, all things will get disturbed. Okay, no, see, no, sir, I'll put minus sign. Okay, put minus sign and work out. Common sense what says that temperature difference will increase or decrease with the time, will decrease with the time. That's what the cross check is what I'm doing here. I didn't say nothing wrong in assumptions, but it should be verified.
Yes, okay.
Okay. Okay, these are the slowly some series parallel, different shaped, then both ends of the rod. Numericals is what you'll be coming across, and the method is what you can apply it. Let me introduce to one more idea. It's a very good lengthy chapter. Only thing is, students, somehow if you can understand the methodology, and whenever series parallel comes, take help of Ohm's law, because most of the basic in high school you studied about the Ohm's law, some Kirchhoff's law, no. So those ideas, what happen, you should take help of here. Okay, I'll bring a situation. Okay, we have, these are the eyes. Length of this be L by 4, 3L by 4. Thermal conductivity K1, K2. This is K2. This is L. Okay, this ice, it'll be at 0 degrees Celsius. Here I'll supply 40 joules of thermal power. And this is maintained at 40 degrees Celsius, and this will remain constant. It's like a bath. So how it is possible? I'll immerse in some bath where the temperature, or like a sink, whose temperature will be 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, now 40 joules of heat is what power I'll push through this end. Okay, there's a thermal conducting rod we have, and the ice at 0 degree. What is the time taken for the ice to melt? Are you able to see this? Many mechanisms will come here. Area of cross sections, let it be A1 and A2. Okay, there's a one rod. I think at least. Say anything you can ask you. Just stick on to the basics. Nothing is there. So like sir, what do you mean by that rod, heat flowing? You assume similar to like a water flowing. So it's like a L-shaped pipe, no? So if the water enters at left end, so what happened to that water? A part will move horizontally, a part of water will flow, and the remaining part, what happened, will flow here. will enter like this, no? And as this heat is absorbed by this, it will start melting. Let m be the mass of the ice. What is the temperature of ice? 0 degrees Celsius. What to do? Okay, from here, what happened? From left hand, 40 joules of 40 joules per second, the heat will be supplying. This is like some sort of source, you can say, which will supply constant heat. It will supply the heat at constant rate. So I'll add up the question. A thermal power of 40 joules per second is fed at K1 and the right end of this rod maintained at constant temperature 40 degrees Celsius. Find the time taken by whole ice to melt. What is the time taken for the whole ice to melt? So here what actually happens here is it will receive H. Let it receive H2. From here what happen? H amount of heat will flow. From here the thermal power, say H1. Don't write H equal to H1 plus 2. H plus H1 is H2 here. If you, okay, if you want to write 0 again, if you write no, you'll get confused. So I'll do one thing, H naught I'll write. So what is H naught? Heat received by the ice, the thermal power received by this, because they say this is at 0 degrees Celsius, this at 40. So the thermal power, if this rod were not there, if I don't supply it, okay, it will flow like this. No? If this is not there, the heat will flow. I'll take superposition, means when both heat is supplied and is at high temperature, the thermal power in fact will flow like this. So therefore, what is H naught? H naught should be equal to H plus H1. What is H naught? H naught is a thermal power that is needed to melt ice. MLFT. H is what we know. H1 is, what is H1? You write it. K1A 3L by 4 by, so what is that one? 40 minus 0. So here this will be 40 plus 4160 K1A by 3L. Solve for T. Anybody objections or no, sir, something wrong? Still you have a chance. Okay, fine. Is this okay, H1, what I'm writing? See, in this particular rod, due to this, there'll be flow of heat. Due to this 40 degrees, there'll be flow of heat. So this 40 degrees between 0 and 40, I'm writing, no? So what is the total thermal resistance? It will see the resistance of this plus this one. effective resistance. So what is the effective? They're in series, so that should be taken. I think I had to do correction here. Again, the series parallel idea we are forgetting. So what is H1? H1 should be 40 minus 0. If you want, I'll write it 45. So that 40, 45. Okay, take it. Somebody is telling what is that 40. Okay, this will be by the effective resistance. What is the effective resistance? I should add up these two. So 45. What is the effective resistance? Length of this rod 3L by 4. K1A. Length of this rod L by K2A. Okay, able to get this one. What is R? R is the resistance between 45 and 0 degrees. Or how much of resistance the heat flow will see? Resistance of this rod plus this rod. But sir, what about this? You are not taking anything. Directly, I know how much of heat current. No, I know H. Directly, I'll put 40, but you are not taking on this side. A1 and A2. Okay, same area. Okay, yeah. I'll make changes. So you do have some tricky questions of this kind. Here, what is the idea we applied? Conservation of energy principle. What all the heat the ice receives will be due to this temperature and also due to the heat energy supplied at left end. So together both it will flow like this. So therefore first this equation H plus H1. What is H? Directly we know it. How much of this H1? Okay, this will be, you have to take it like a, these two rods will be in series. The R is what? Very important. So solve for T, will get the required answer. You do have different set of questions of this kind. Be careful. Okay, I think now we'll stop here. So tomorrow I'll continue from here. I gave assignment. SC Verma, you try to do first, and try to, after this, you can SC Verma and also do parallelly other books. But don't do only one type of problem. You have to work out different set of numericals. Okay, thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll continue tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Any doubts you clarify? I don't know, the evening slot is not made available for you, but even then you can just upload in WhatsApp, because plenty of questions are there where you find difficulty. Okay, thank you all of you. Yeah.
Thank you.